Bond court is a free service, but it takes several hours of my time every day. Less than 10% of Bond court viewers hit the like button, and less than 1% leave a comment. If you want Bond court to continue to be available on YouTube for free, then please hit the like button and leave a comment on all of my videos.
Okay.
Court is now in session.
I can't hear her. I can't hear you.
This victim needs Spanish.
Oh.
Julio? This is Julio.
Yeah, this is Julio. He needs Spanish.
Spanish interpreter, sir.
Are, okay, thank you. Oh, the victim's going to need Spanish. Okay. All right, we have a victim out there somewhere.
He does not?
No,
That's why I'm like, personal use.
this is the one from Broward County.
Not for domestic violence, that's what I was like. Oh, the,
Okay, I need that Broward County.
Oh, no, it's not going to be him, probably the next one. That's on the move-up list.
Yes, I have something. Okay, here we have, the subject is Julio Aguirre, and that's Julio Aguirre. We have correspondence or emails, that is, from Broward County saying that they don't have any outstanding warrant. So that's just an obsolete, just obsolete. It has no bearing. So, the fraudulent use of a personal identification, I think that could just go back to you.
I believe you already addressed that, Your Honor.
Yeah.
We've already done that.
Yes.
So are we done with him now?
No, Your Honor, you revoked his PTI the other day, and Broward County is saying you had no, precedence to do that. They're not going to come get him. So we need you to release him off that Broward County hold that you did.
Okay, yes, right. I do order him to be released from any hold from Broward County, yes. Am I not? Yes, that's what I intend to do. Right, yeah, we'll take no action on it since it's void, and hopefully someday. You need to maybe talk to your attorney about getting that off the system. Otherwise, you're always going to have that system. If nobody looks at it, it'll always be there. So that's something you and your attorney need to take care of. Okay, but now, we do have, as far as Orange County goes, fraudulent use of a personal identification.
No, Your Honor, that's,
You already addressed that, Your Honor. We only needed.
We did that yesterday.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
All right, want to make sure. Okay, now we have Luis Estrelera Ramos. Okay.
Hello, Cisco Unity Connection Messaging System. From a touch-tone telephone.
All right, we're going to have to put him back,
That's fine, Your Honor.
and we'll call him back later. Okay, let's try Jose Rodriguez Cortez.
outside medical.
Okay, and
I believe
how do you
he's
want to?
supposed to be reset for 24 hours from release to the hospital, Your Honor. I don't know
Okay,
why he's-
all right, I'm not, so this is to be reset to come back 24 hours after he's released from hospital and back in the jail? Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, then we have Edgar Costello. Edgar, I don't see anybody in the audience. Well, I'm not sure. Is that person trying to come in?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, let me, now, ma'am, tell me your name, please.
Araceli Castillo.
Take your mask off, yeah.
Araceli Castillo.
All right, and Ms. Costello, we'll be with you in just a second. This is a felony domestic violence. It's aggravated assault. And state, remind me why this is aggravated?
Because of a golf club, Your Honor.
Okay, and
threatened
he
her
hit
with a
her with
golf
the golf club?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, and so he has two charges. One is aggravated assault, and then the battery. And looking, he doesn't seem to have any priors. Does not qualify for PTR. Is it the nature of that charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, that's what I thought. Okay, all right.
Excuse me.
Be with you in just 1 second. Okay, Ms. Costello, you need to be sworn in first.
Raise your right hand, please. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right, stand close to the microphone and speak up. You speak softly, so I want you to speak up. And so how do you, did you say that he's your husband?
Yes, he is.
Okay, and how long have you known him?
I've known him almost 20 years.
20 years,
We've been
okay.
married 19.
All right, and even though you're married, I know this sounds silly, but are you still living together?
Of course,
Okay, and do you have children together?
we do. We have 2, and he helped me raise 2. We
Okay.
have 4 in total.
In the past, has he been violent towards you?
Not really. I think this was a big misunderstanding.
Okay, speak up a little bit.
I think this was a big misunderstanding.
Okay, just one.
It's probably just a lot of workload, but he didn't hit me with a golf club.
I'm sorry, I was trying to increase the volume. Okay. Okay, all right. Would you repeat what you just said?
Yes. We have 2 children together,
Right,
and he helped me raise 2.
right.
With
No, my
4.
question was, has he been violent towards you?
Not really. I think yesterday was just the magnitude of workload that we have. We do have about 4 businesses, 4 different companies. However, he never hit me with a golf club.
Okay, but you called the police, you were frightened enough to call the police, right?
I was more angry than frightened.
Right.
I'm not scared of him.
Okay. Well, and that was my question. So my next question would have been, do you fear him?
No.
Okay. And for your protection, this whole system is for your protection. Do you want me to order him to stay away from you and the children?
No,
Or do you
it's
want
not.
me to allow him to return home?
He can return home. Like I said, he's been a wonderful husband.
Okay. All right, Mr. Costello, you heard what she said?
Sir.
All right, now, I do have the authority to leave you in jail. I can let you out of jail, but you have to go live under an overpass or in the woods somewhere or with some friends or whatever. In other words, I can forbid you from going home for the safety of the family. Or I can allow you to go home, but you can only go home with no violence, the lawyer phrase is no hostile contact, but that means no hitting, no screaming, no craziness. If you feel anger, get in the car and go get a cup of coffee somewhere, but you don't start hitting or picking up a stupid golf club. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Have you enjoyed our facility?
Yes.
Okay. Did you get a room overlooking the tennis courts?
No, sir.
Oh, you didn't?
I
Okay.
was facing the golf course.
Oh, okay. That must, maybe next time you'll get a tennis court room. But you have to have a more serious crime to get the tennis courts, I guess. All right. Now, I'll go ahead and pretrial release. I'll go ahead and, you don't have any history. I don't expect to see you back, either one of you. But, you know, oftentimes arguments are not just one-sided. So I want you, ma'am, to also, you know, lay down the rules. We don't hit each other, that sort of thing. So we want you to be nice and safe at home. All right, I'll go ahead and, since he doesn't qualify for pretrial release, I'll ROR him.
Your Honor,
Yes.
as this is deemed to be a violent crime, he cannot be released on non-monetary bond.
Okay.
Your Honor, he can. Given the facts and the nature of the situation, if you deem it necessary, he can be released per statute.
The facts of the situation are, Your Honor, is that he assaulted his wife with a golf club. There is a gun in the home, and he threatened to shoot her with it.
The gun is being turned in.
Okay, that gun is turned into law.
It's going to be turned in today.
Okay. All right.
No speaking.
Okay.
I tell you, we'll go ahead and do a $100 bond.
On each count, Your Honor?
Say again?
$100 on each count?
That's what I just, yeah. We'll do the $100 on aggravated assault, and then we'll do, and we'll do ROR on the battery. And so now, so we're sort of trying to satisfy everybody and everything. So I want you to, just one second. Okay. Okay, you are not to consume any illegal drugs, no hostile contact. You can return to the home, as we've already discussed. You are to attend all court hearings. You are not to possess a firearm, and so no firearms of any sort in the home. And you are to report to all court costs, all court hearings. So you cannot leave the state. You have to attend all court hearings unless excused by your attorney. All right, did I catch everything, or did I forget anything? Okay, thank you very much.
State objects to the ROR on a dangerous crime.
But the ROR is on just a domestic battery.
That too is a dangerous crime, Your Honor.
Say again?
That too is a dangerous crime per the statute.
All right, we'll go, bring him back. I guess can we bring him back just for a second? Yeah.
The one just here, bring him back.
if he's gone, I'll just tell the public defender that we'll just do a $100 bond on the battery. So each count would have
And
$100.
again, I would object to, the victim stated she's not afraid. It was a misunderstanding. He has no history. The statute clearly states that if based on the circumstances and situation, it warrants an ROR, the judge can issue, they still give you the discretion to give an ROR. On the more severe crime, you did give him a monetary bond. And on the battery domestic violence, where the victim clearly is not gonna pursue any charges, you gave an ROR. I don't think that you did anything wrong, Your Honor, because the statute gives you that discretion.
All right, so long as I don't have the statute in front of me and I just literally don't remember everything it provides, but if you're saying that I do have discretion, given the circumstances, because I don't think anything is necessary since she wants him to come home anyway. All right, so we'll just we'll leave the ROR. We'll leave it as it is. All right, thank you.
Is that for one count or both, Your Honor?
Oh, no, just exactly what I said, $100 for aggravated assault, and then the ROR because she wants him to come home. Okay, next should be Carl Hovey. Mr. Hovey, do we have anybody else? I don't see anybody else standing. This is a battery committing domestic battery by strangulation. False imprisonment, battery domestic, aggravated battery with a weapon. That weapon state?
I believe the weapon, Your Honor, would be the shard of glass that was used to cut the victim.
I couldn't hear you say.
It's a shard of glass that was used to cut the victim from a broken mirror.
Oh, okay. All right, let's see. All right, the battery committing domestic battery by strangulation, that'll be $2,500. False imprisonment would be $1,000. The battery domestic violence, that'll be $1,000. Aggravated battery with a weapon, that's $2,500. Sir, you are to not consume any illegal drugs. You're to have no contact directly or indirectly with the victim or witness or co-defendants. You are to live in a separate residence and do not come closer than 2 miles. You cannot live closer than 2 miles. Do not return to the residence of the alleged victim except to get your personal clothing and with a law enforcement person. So you call law enforcement and they will accompany you to go to the house and get your personal things. Do not come within 500 feet of her residence, workplace, or otherwise near her. Do not commit any crime. Do not leave the state without court permission. Do you understand what I've said? All right, and do you have children with her? Okay, and you do not possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition, and so you cannot leave the state without court permission, but I've said that already. So you are to attend all court proceedings unless excused by your attorney. Thank you very much. Say again. Yes, I said that in the beginning, at the very first. I said, so for everybody. I just said it generally. Okay. Um, hmm. Okay, are you William Ward? Okay, Mr. Ward, and I do see we have somebody in the witness box. You're being held for felony domestic violence. It's an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. State the deadly weapon is?
A knife?
A knife, okay. And looking at your background out of state, you do have an assault, a criminal contempt, criminal trespass. Okay. Ma'am, if you will speak up loud and clear and tell me your name,
Hi, my name is Kelly Lofton.
and how do you spell your last name?
L-O, F is in Frank, T is in Thomas, I, N is in Nancy.
Okay, and now you need to be sworn in.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes,
Okay, and how do you know the defendant?
he's my boyfriend
And how long have you known him?
since I was like 14.
I'm sorry,
Since I'm like 14 years old.
since you were 14? Okay. And do you live together?
We do.
Do you have children together?
We don't.
And in the past, has he been violent towards you?
No. And can I also just say that this was a misunderstanding and I don't want to press charges. I don't want to move forward with these charges. I want him back home.
Okay. And did this incident involve any drugs or alcohol?
No,
And do you fear him?
I do not. Absolutely not.
And you just told me you want him to come home. Why do you want him to come home?
Because I love him. We're together. This was a misunderstanding.
Okay. But this says aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and it was a knife, the state told me, if I remember, knife. And so that's not that's not a trivial thing. That's scary. And so, to pick up a knife is, someone has to get pretty mad, and they could have used it on you.
He didn't use it on me. It was a complete misunderstanding, and I think I misinterpreted his actions. I did misinterpret his actions.
Okay. I do see an out-of-state arrest for an assault, and then there's a criminal contempt, which I don't know anything about, and then out-of-state conviction, assault, third degree. And so there is some history of violence with him. Did that involve you, that prior incident?
No. And this is a complete,
Okay, do you have any firearms in the home?
I have one registered to me. It has since been removed.
So you have one?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But I took it out in response to, I knew I was coming here today.
Okay. Okay, State, did you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
I'm sure everyone in this room is a little iffy about what you want. You want him to come home. Can I see that? Can I see this?
If I could also just, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but if I could also just say, I'm an attorney barred in the state of New York, and, I understand these things, but I really just want to reinforce the fact that this was a misunderstanding, and I have no doubt that this will happen again. It was a misunderstanding. Nothing like this has ever happened before.
You see, the thing that gives me concern, it says here, it was holding you down with force, with a knife in his hand, saying that he was going to stab you. And that is just so, I don't know how you can say that that's ambiguous and that you misunderstand it. It's pretty violent and pretty evident. Can you explain? Is that not, can you respond to what I just said?
I think I was just out of it. We were both arguing, and it just, he was not holding me down. I was just on the floor, and it was just a complete misunderstanding. I don't think I believed that he was actually going to do anything. It was just a complete misunderstanding. And I really am not afraid. I've known him since I'm 14 years old. Nothing like this has ever happened. I'm sorry. It was a misunderstanding, and I don't want to move forward with these charges.
Well, the you know, if I said that he can't come home, then you're going to violate it, and you're not going to prosecute, you're not going to cooperate with the state. And so it just...
I don't want to waste the court's time with this matter.
Your Honor, I just asked for no hostile contact. Again, she's very intelligent. She stated she's not afraid. They've known each other for an extended period of time. This is the first time something like this has happened with her being the victim. The assault, I don't know what occurred in that case, but it appears that was out of state and in 2021. So I just asked that, given that she's not moving forward, that you allow them to have contact, Your Honor.
Yeah, well, we're not here to babysit people, but we are trying to help people. So I guess we'll go ahead and do the bail at $2,500, and then you are to have no hostile contact with the victim. And it's going to be up to the, if it was up to me, I would say no contact. But it looks like you're going to violate it anyway. State, what's your thoughts?
Oh, I leave this up to the discretion of the court, Your Honor. However, generally without more violence, we do go with whatever it is that the victim asks for. There are generally provisions that can be put in place to keep the victim safe.
Okay. All right. The no hostile contact, and you are to attend all court hearings unless excused by your attorney. You cannot leave the state without court permission. Do not commit any type of crime, and yeah, let's keep the fire. You said the firearm was removed from the home?
Yes.
Okay, leave it away. I mean, I would get rid of it, sell it, whatever. Because even though I can't tell you not to have a gun, I can tell him, but not you. All right, and okay, and sir, do attend all court hearings unless excused by your attorney. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, next we have, let's see, Ariel Edwards. And so, all right, this is battery, domestic, and this was between you and your mother? No? No, who was the other side?
Her boyfriend.
Boyfriend? Okay. I'm sorry, you just made contact with defendant's mother. Oh, okay, I misinterpreted the sentence. Okay, all right, since nobody's here, we'll go ahead and do the bond. I'm looking at your history. You have no history. You do qualify for pretrial release. Okay, I guess since this is just a battery and not aggravated, correct, pretrial?
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, we'll go ahead and do pretrial release. And the conditions are you to, let me check one thing. All right. You are to have do not consume any illegal drugs, do not have contact with the victim, so no directly or indirectly. You are to live separate from the victim and not closer than 2 miles. Do not return to the residence of the alleged victim except to get your personal items such as clothing and work tools, but only if you go there with law enforcement. So call them and they'll accompany you. Do not come within 500 feet of his residence, workplace, or otherwise. Do not commit a crime. Do not leave the state without court permission. Do you understand what I've said? All right, and do attend your court hearings unless excused by your attorney. All right, thank you. Right. Okay, next is Tila Gillens, or Ms. Gillens. There's nobody in the witness box. Okay, this is a domestic violence, and I notice you have battery 2 times, burglary 4 times, aggravated assault, and so we'll go ahead and set a bond of $1,000. All right, do not no contact with the victim, witnesses, no contact directly or indirectly. You're to live separate and apart from the victim. If you need to return to any residence and getting your personal stuff, I do authorize law enforcement to accompany you to get your personal items. Do not come within 500 feet of the residence, workplace, or otherwise of the victim. Do not commit a crime. Do not leave the state of Florida, and you must attend all court hearings. And you don't have any children with this person, do you? You do?
Sir.
Okay, and the children are with you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Has DCF been notified of this incident?
Yes, Your Honor.
No? Oh, yes?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. Then you are to comply with and cooperate with the DCF's DCF
Plan.
And, okay, thank you very much. Okay, ma'am.
The next one is Spanish, Haynes.
Okay, all right, we'll give it,
I don't know if Spanish is available.
okay, we'll give it a try.
Good morning, this is Dalia Romero, Spanish interpreter on the line, already sworn in today.
Okay, we're getting a witness into the witness box, and the defendant is coming into the, all right, now, for your record, the first name is Kareem, C-A-R-E-E-M, middle name Marcus, M-A-R-C-U-S, last name Hennes, or Hennes, H-E-N-N-E-S. and the case number is 22MM58. That's 58 Apple Edward. Okay, and this is a battery. And so we have the defendant, and then, ma'am, if you would be sworn in, please.
So, Your Honor, is the witness the one that needs the interpreter?
Okay, good question.
Yes.
Yes is the answer.
Thank you. Por favor, levante su mano derecha para prestar juramento.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
¿Jura decir la verdad, toda la verdad y nada más que la verdad?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. All right, ma'am, how do you know the defendant?
Señora, ¿cómo conoce usted al acusado?
Estamos juntos hace 11 años.
We've been together for 11 years.
All right, and do you have
Married 3.
and do you have children together?
¿Tienen hijos juntos?
Sí.
Yes.
All right, and are you all living together?
¿Ustedes viven juntos?
Sí.
And
Yes.
in the past, has he been violent towards you?
¿En el pasado él ha sido violento con usted?
No.
No.
And has he ever been violent towards the child or children?
¿Él alguna vez ha sido violento con los niños o niñas?
No.
No.
And was alcohol or illegal drugs involved in the present or past incidents?
¿Drogas o alcohol tuvieron algo que ver en el incidente actual o en el pasado?
No.
No.
And do you fear the defendant?
¿Usted le tiene temor al acusado?
No.
No.
For your, this whole system is here for your protection. So I need to know, do you want him to return home and to have no violence? No hostile contact is the phrase we use, or do you want him to stay away from you?
Este sistema está puesto en lugar para protegerle a usted. ¿Usted desea que él regrese al hogar, que se le diga que no puede haber violencia o contacto hostil, o usted quiere que se mantenga alejado?
Yo quiero que regrese a la casa.
I want him to come back to the house.
Okay, and is there any firearms, rifles, pistols, anything like that in the home?
En la casa hay algún tipo de armas, algún rifle, pistolas, algo así?
No.
No.
All right. And so, sir, you understand she wants you to come home, but, I'm a little hesitant. If you go home, are you just going to be violent and mean and nasty to her, and you're just going to be back in jail?
No, Your Honor.
All right, and,
No.
okay.
¿Puedo decirle?
May I
Yes,
say something?
yes, ma'am.
Sí, señora.
Briefly.
Él no es una
Breve.
él no es una persona violenta. Él es trabajador, es el que él trabaja de la casa. Él siempre está atento de nosotros. Fue un malentendido y le pido que me disculpe.
Okay, what'd she say?
He's not a violent person. He works from home. He's a very hard worker. He takes care of us. It was a misunderstanding, and I apologize for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he's the one in jail, and so you're the victim, and so you shouldn't be apologizing for being the victim. He should be apologizing for losing his temper and doing or saying things that are stupid. Agree?
Él es
I agree.
el que está en la cárcel. Usted no tiene que disculparse por nada, por el hecho de que él haya perdido su temperamento y haya hablado o dicho cosas que no debe haber dicho.
Okay.
¿Está de acuerdo?
Sir, you do qualify for pretrial release, so I will allow you to be released pre-trial. You can return home, but there is no hostile contact, which means no yelling, no screaming, no being disrespectful. And if you feel angry, you just leave the house, get in the car, go get a cup of coffee. But control the anger, or you'll just be right back here. And so the no hostile contact, so you do not leave the state of Florida without permission, and you need to appear in court whenever your case is in court, unless excused by the attorney. All right, thank you very much.
Your Honor,
Yes.
DCF was contacted, so I asked defendant comply with any DCF plan.
Okay, all right, ma'am and sir, comply with DCF plans. Thank you.
Señora y señor, tienen que cumplir con cualquier plan que el Departamento de Niños y Familia proponga.
Okay, translator,
Gracias.
thank you very much for your services.
No,
Your Honor, we have another.
Oh, hold it, they tell me there's another one. I have a Ronald Jackson. Is that the wrong person?
It's the reset, Your Honor, Estrella Ramos. Estrella. It was from this morning, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, so tell the defendant that he's been arrested for trespass on property after warning. Let's see.
And Your Honor, the offer from the state is an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, no return to 4138 West Oak Ridge Road. And Mr. Ramos would like to accept.
Now, let me do this.
Yes.
Okay, let me get caught up on paperwork right here. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and swear him in, please. Okay, fine. So,
Yes.
all right, and sir, the offer is to withhold of adjudication. Is that, or adjudication? Okay, adjudication, no return, no contact. And is there any money to the police or anything?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Okay, sir, do you understand what I just said and what your attorney said?
Yes.
All right, and so time served?
It's 3 days.
Just 2 days? Oh, 3 days. Okay, 3 days. All right, and then, sir, the services of your attorney is $50. Do you agree, or do you wish to contest that?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Then, Madam Clerk, the court cost is $323. Then you have the attorney's $50. We'll just send this to Collections Court. Oh, you don't?
Or you can reduce it to a judgment, Your Honor.
In the jail, or have they stopped it in the courthouse?
Mhm.
All right, what I want you to do is to pay $20 a month, beginning May 1st and the 1st of each month thereafter, and you will send $20 to the courthouse or take it to one of the courthouses. We've got about 4 of them around the area.
Your Honor, I don't,
Like in traffic court, there's installments.
Your-
Is it criminal court?
so what I would ask is that you give him until, you could say until May 1st to pay, and if he cannot pay, that he goes to the clerk's office and set up a payment arrangement.
This is such a stupid situation. Then we all complain about why there's no money, and why people are working for salaries that are an embarrassment.
I think you're doing the same thing if you say if he can't pay by May 1st, that he needs to go to the clerk's office and set up that payment arrangement.
Do y'all do the suspension of driver's license and things? No, I don't do a year to play. You know, I was in the military. When you give an order, you expect it to be obeyed. You're not just talking. And as a judge, it's the same thing. And the two of you someday will be a judge too. And so one of the rules of being a judge is you just don't flap your mouth. If you give an order, it needs a compliance, and it needs to be enforced. Otherwise, nobody takes you serious.
Right, Your Honor. So that's why I'm saying, you said May 1st, he has to pay, set up a payment arrangement. I would just say give him until May 1st to pay. If he does not, he needs to meet with the clerk's office to set up that payment arrangement to make sure it's paid off, or his license is going to be suspended.
All right. So I want you to pay the money by May 1st. But then, I guess I just don't understand, how do we enforce it? Enforcement is important, just like laws. Why have a speeding law if you're not going to enforce it?
I think that's why they suspend the driver's license if you don't pay your court costs, Your Honor.
Well,
That's the only
I
thing.
can't set up a payment where he pays $20. All right, because see, I do infraction court. In infraction court, we do it all the time. Okay, so I'd rather just do what I do in infraction court, which is, sir, pay $20 a month to the clerk of court, contact them as to where and how to do it, and your first payment will be May 1st. That gives you a whole month to get organized. May 1st, $20 a month, and if you don't pay, I want his license and vehicle registrations all suspended until such time as he pays. So there is a penalty. So if you don't want your license suspended, if you don't want your vehicle registration suspended, then pay the $20 a month. Do you understand me?
See.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Okay, next, do we have any more Spanish, or can I really? Okay, thank you. Translator, thank you
Your
very
Honor.
much.
You're welcome, Your Honor.
Okay, are you Mr., how do you say your last name?
Jackson, sir.
I'm sorry, what's your last name?
Jackson.
Jackson? Okay, sorry, Mr. Jackson. Okay, now I'm got the paperwork. Ronald Jackson?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we don't have anybody in the box. So this is a battery, and when I look at your history, there's battery 2 times, grand theft, criminal mischief, let's say shooting, goes on and on. All right. Okay, we'll go ahead and set $1,000 as the bond, as the bail, I mean. You know, bail is what we do. Bond is how they pay it. And so the proper term is actually bail. Your bail is $1,000, and you are to have no contact with the victim. And no return. Were you living with the person involved here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So you're to have no contact with them. You're to live separate and apart from them. If you have clothing or personal items to get from where they live, then call law enforcement and they'll accompany you, and you can get your clothing and personal items. Then do not come within 500 feet of her residence, workplace, or otherwise near her. Do not commit a crime. Do not leave the state of Florida without permission. And attend all your court hearings. Do you and that person have a child together?
Well, I have custody of my nephew.
Okay. Was DCF involved in all of this?
The officer did call DCF, sir, but I don't know the circumstances behind it.
All right. If DCF is involved, then comply with whatever they say, because they'll be investigating and setting up all kinds of details. So, and do attend all court hearings unless excused by your attorney. You have any questions?
No, sir.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, next, Alexis King. Okay, Alexis King, and we do have somebody in the booth. And so let me look at this for a minute. Let's see, Alexis King, it's a misdemeanor domestic, it's a battery, and now this says PTR no. What's the reason?
She qualifies, Your Honor.
Oh, she does now? Okay. All right, sir, if you will be sworn in by the clerk.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right, speak up loud and clear and tell me your name and spell your last name.
Yes, Your Honor. My name is Dakota Diacheson. Last name is spelled Diacheysn.
All right. And sir, how do you know the defendant?
Your Honor, the defendant is my girlfriend.
All right. And how long have you known her?
Just over a year.
And do you live together?
We do not.
Okay. And children together?
No, sir.
Okay. And in the past, has she been violent towards you?
No, Your Honor.
And was were any alcohol, illegal drugs involved in this incident?
Yes, Your Honor. Only alcohol.
Okay. And do you fear her?
No, Your Honor.
Now, you don't live together, so that's not a problem. And so do you want me, do you still want to have contact with her, or do you want me to order her to stay away from you so that we don't have any more problems?
I would like to have contact with her, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. And does she have any firearms or weapons of that sort?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Then, since she does qualify for, we can do pretrial release, yes?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. So pretrial release, we'll go ahead and release her. So is she an addict or an alcoholic, or is this just too much drinking?
No, Your Honor. It was just a one-time circumstance. It's never happened before.
Okay. All right. All right, so no hostile contact, so y'all can be together and associate together, so long as it's no hostile. So do not leave the state of Florida without permission, and you do need to attend all court hearings, and unless excused by your attorney. And did I get everything?
Yes, Your Honor. Can we have counsel put her name on the record, please?
Oh.
I think I snuck in when you
Oh,
were looking.
you did, because I was focusing on here. I apologize. I totally apologize, because I would have recognized you if I just was focused over here, so I apologize. So, yes, please tell me who you are.
My name is Sarah De Palma.
Okay.
DEPALMA.
All right, and is there, have I covered everything as far as what you're concerned about?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, well, thank you for being here, and I apologize.
Thank you.
So you'll be released on your own signature in a few hours. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Pacheco is outside medical.
Okay, we'll reset within 24 hours of his return.
Which one was this? I'm sorry.
And that's medical.
Oh, no, Your Honor, I'll waive. I just asked that you set a bond.
Oh, okay, let me pull it back. And this is, and that was Pacheco?
Yes, Your Honor.
And so, all right. All right, at this point, we'll do the $500 bond, and then no contact, and do not leave the state, and to attend all court hearings, and no firearms or weapons of any sort. All right, thank you. Now, are you Michael Thomas?
Yes, sir.
Okay, there's no witnesses, no lawyers. And so we do have a first appearance, detainer, IA's, battery, domestic violence. So, and then we have violation of pretrial release. So we'll go ahead and revoke pretrial release. And the underlying charge is a battery, domestic violence. And so we will go ahead and put $500 as the bail, and then whatever other conditions existed originally. Is that adequate, State?
Yes, Your Honor. If you could just confirm what it is.
Can you pull your microphone just a little closer? Yeah.
I'm sorry. Can you just confirm what it is that you've done, Your Honor? Because he was out on bond for the domestic violence battery, which is 22 MM 1616. He violated those conditions of release, which is a new case, new number, 22 MM 1893. So can you just clarify which one has a bond, which one is revoked, please, Your Honor?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. So I had intended to speak about the first appearance detainer, which would be the original case 1616. And so in 1616, he now has a bond of $500 plus any other conditions. And then the violation of pretrial condition, that's a separate crime. And so we'll go ahead and is there anything particular you're asking for? I was thinking of a bond of like $250 or something.
No, Your Honor, I have no bond in mind.
Okay, all right, so we'll go ahead and do $250 there. And the original battery charge, which was a 1616, there should be no contact. I don't have it in front of me, so just I'm ordering that it be. I want the original conditions to be imposed unless. Yeah. Right. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Are you revoking it though, Your Honor?
He set he revoked and set a $500 bond on the out-on bond, and then he set $250, if I'm not mistaken, on the violation.
Yes, that's correct. Okay, next we have Raven Walker. Oh, I'm sorry, pretrial release. Did you have something?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Yes, do speak up if you didn't hear something or I didn't say something. Okay, Raven Walker?
Yes.
Okay. And this is misdemeanor domestic violence. There's nobody here. She does qualify for pretrial release, and so we'll do pretrial release and no contact since there's nobody here to ask for it. So it's a no contact directly or indirectly. In other words, stay away from that person. You're to live separate and apart from them. If you need to return to a residence and get clothing and that sort of thing, I do authorize law enforcement to accompany you to get your stuff. Do not come within 500 feet of the victim's residence, workplace, or otherwise. Do not commit a crime. Do not leave the state of Florida. And you are to attend all court proceedings, and you are prohibited from possessing any weapon, firearm, or ammunition. All right. Thank you very much. And next is Demario Clark. Demario Clark. All right, this is out-of-county warrant, so we will notify the out-of-county, the appropriate county, and they have a procedure for you to be transferred or to be released.
Your Honor, they set a bond, $20,000 on count 1, $10,000 on count 2.
Two different cases.
On both cases. So in the first case, it's $20,000. On the second case, it's $10,000, Your Honor.
Okay.
So I just ask that you stay the bond.
Yes, we'll stay the bond. Thank you. Next, we have Eric Gardner.
Bonded, Your Honor.
Bonded. Next, we have Tavious Johnson. Mr. Johnson, this is out-of-county warrant, and so do we know if there's a bond or anything?
Me either. How'd you know about the
Bond, there's no bond, Your Honor.
All right, it says no bond, and they'll be notified to come and get you. All right, next is Darrell Ross, Mr. Ross. This is out-of-county warrant. If they've given you a bond, that's fine. Otherwise, we will notify them to come and get you. Thank you. Okay, next we have Michael Arrington. What did you say?
Just a minute.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
She says she's getting him, Your Honor. They're getting him right now.
Oh, yes. Have I messed you up? Do we need to wait? Who will I?
It's not.
Pretrial release, can you help us a little bit?
I'm sorry. Yeah, Gardner bonded.
All right, we're all together. Everybody good? Okay, now Michael Arrington, and so is the VOPs. It says they're really just one case instead of two, and so whatever. It's no bond unless there is a bond. So DUI, driving while under influence. And so we'll do that as $1,000. The reckless driving.
Your Honor, he's only here for the probation violation.
Oh, is that all?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Then the VOP, there's no bond. and you'll just go in front of the VOP court. Thank you. All right, next is Levy Bradford. Levy Bradford.
Levi Bradford.
Levi?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Levi Bradford, and this is a violation of probation, and
There's no bond.
there's no bond. Okay, and you'll just go to the VOP court the next couple of days. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next, we have Teddy Claremont. Teddy Claremont, Mr. Claremont, there's a VOP. Usually there's no bond unless...
No bond, Your Honor.
Okay, no bond, and you'll go to the VOP court in the next few days. Oh, by the way, for the record, I do appoint the public defender in each of these VOP cases.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, and for clarification, there were 3 VOP cases, Your Honor.
Okay, yes, right, the piece of paper I have has 3 cases, so that's all going to VOP court. And all with no bond. And then we have Jerry Declare.
You refused.
Okay.
And I will waive, Your Honor.
And it's no bond, and he'll
Yes.
go to VOP court. Okay, then we have Hiram Fordham.
He also refused.
Okay,
I will waive, Your Honor.
you know, if they don't want to come to our party, that's fine. We'll still have a party without them. And so these are VOPs, so there'll be 0, and he'll go to VOP court. And then we have Jordan Hill, and this is violation of probation, and so this is 0 bond, and he'll be going to VOP court. And then we have felony warrant, so this is a warrant, and so was there a bond on the warrant?
No, Your Honor.
All right. And this is a VOP, so, and then he has 3 cases, and then there's trespassing, structure, or conveyance. So we'll do $1,000 there. And then violation of probation. So you got 2 violations of probation with 0 bond and going to VOP court, and then $1,000 for the trespass. And then we next have Dow Keith Morris.
You can't bond it anyway, so it doesn't matter. We'll see somebody in a couple days.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. This is a VOP. There's two VOPs. This is a no bond situation.
It's just one case, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, say again?
It's just one case.
Oh, the clerk tells me just, oh, I see, it's a double print. Yeah, to the same case number twice. And so it's a 0 for bond, and then you'll be going to VOP court in the next few days. Thank you.
That's it.
Next is,
All right, Your Honor, have a good one.
next is Jose Perez. And Mr. Perez, you've been arrested for violation of probation. The bond is 0. You'll be going to that court in the next few days. Thank you. Okay, and are you Mr. Charles Polk, ULK?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Polk, you have violation of probation, and the bond is 0, and you'll be going to the VOP court in the next few days. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Next, we have Lowan Sessions. Mr. Sessions, you've been arrested for violation of probation, and this is no bond situation, and you'll be going to VOP court in the next few days. Charles Gregory, Mr. Gregory, you have a failure of defendant to appear, and then a violation of probation. And so the VOP is a 0 bond, and you'll be going to VOP court, and then failure of defendant to appear will be $500.
It's a $2,000 bond, Your Honor.
It's 2,000? Okay, thank you. That's right, that is 2,000. Yeah, $2,000 bond. Count one is failure of defendant to appear.
For Charles Gregory,
All right,
it's 2 cases.
we need, I guess, paperwork on that first one. Okay. Okay, we could handle it anyway, right? Or do you need it? Okay, can I just? Okay, the clerk says she doesn't have anything on this, so I guess,
It's a failure to appear on case number 22 CT 401
yeah.
AO. The underlying charge is a dwellers.
All right, and we'll go ahead and do that as a right. Okay, yes, here you go. Okay, is that it for the morning?
33-day motions, Your Honor.
Okay, I will get those in a minute. Okay, I now have them, and let's...
Bond court is a free service, but it takes several hours of my time every day. Less than 10% of bond court viewers hit the like button, and less than 1% leave a comment. If you want bond court to continue to be available on YouTube for free, then please hit the like button and leave a comment on all of my videos.
All right, and you're Ms. Roten?
Yes, sir.
All right, and this is a failure to appear in court. Has a bond been set?
$2,000, Your Honor.
This is a 5-year-old case. I did this 5 years ago.
Your Honor, I just ask that you stay the bond.
Right, and so you had 5 years to come and take care of this.
I did not know. I came to court and they told me I had to go to the hospital, and I went to the hospital, and after the hospital, they sent me to shelters and group homes. They never told me I had to go back to court.
All right.
There's competency concerns, Your Honor.
All right, the bond remains. Thank you. Next,
I have no money. I'm poor.
Juan Castillo.
Your Honor, with regard to Ms. Broughton, can I also get a no return to the location, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll do the no return, no contact.
I live in Kissimmee. I've been living here for the last 3 years.
All right, next case. Let's see, Juan Castillo. Mr. Castillo, this is a felony. It's a trespass other than structure.
No, Your Honor,
Yes,
he's only here for the failure to appear.
okay, thank you.
warrant.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4 failures to appear. And is there a bond?
No, Your Honor.
There you are.
All right, there's no bond, and you'll have to see the judge in that matter. Next, we have Fisher, Felisa Fisher. Ms. Fisher, this is you've been arrested for a felony, sale and delivery of cocaine, and sale and delivery of cocaine within 1,000 feet of a daycare, and a conspiracy to sell or deliver cocaine. And those are all F3s.
The sale and delivery, Your Honor, I believe would be an F2, but I will confirm that.
Yeah, the sale and delivery within 1,000 feet of that's the one we have concern about?
I don't know. What are you talking about?
Oh, Your Honor, the sale and delivery of cocaine is an F2, within 1,000 feet of a child care center is an F1, and the conspiracy to sell is an F3.
Yes. Okay, so the second one is an F1?
Yeah, I'm going to confirm that, Your
It
Honor.
doesn't seem right, but, can,
No, Your Honor, it is.
there is a C, this has a parenthesis, 1, close parenthesis, parenthesis, capital C, and then close it, and then a 20.
The 20 is, I think, something internal for law enforcement, Your Honor, but I'm looking at the statute now, and it does say that with anything comprising a child care facility as defined in statute 402.302, 6 a.m. and midnight, as used in this paragraph.
And Your Honor, I believe it was a warrant. The judge who signed the warrant set the bond at 10,000 on count 1, 250 on count 2 and 3. I'd ask that you just stay the bonds already set.
Yeah, I'll just stay the bond. That's the easiest thing to do. All right, so we'll stay the bond. And additionally, you are not to consume any illegal drugs. Do not return to the scene of the incident. Do not contact the victim, witnesses, co-defendants. Do not commit a crime. Do not possess a weapon or firearm or ammunition. Do not leave the state without permission. You are to attend all court hearings unless excused by your attorney. Do you understand those conditions?
I understand, but I ain't certain.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, we are next, Willie McGee. Mr. McGee, this is a felony, possession and consumption of alcohol prohibited in public, and then public parking lots, certain private, so that's got to be a misdemeanor or
It's a city case.
city case, yeah. Possession of cocaine is the felony. So that,
On the possession, Your Honor, of alcoholic beverage, the offer is an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, and court costs. And I just ask that you set a bond on the felony possession of cocaine.
all right. Sir, if you'll be sworn in, please. Thank you. Okay, as far as count 1 goes, the ordinance, all right, and credit for time served?
It's 2 days, Your Honor.
2 days? Okay, 2 days. All right, and sir, the fee for your attorney services is $50. Do you wish to contest that, or do you accept that? All right, and we'll go ahead and adjudicate, and we'll go ahead, the court cost in this matter? $323? All right, $323, the $50 for the public defender. There's no restitution, and I'll give you 30 days to pay it. Otherwise, at the end of the 30 days, if you haven't paid it, go to the clerk's office and make arrangements to do an installment payment.
And Your Honor, could it be 30 days upon release, because he may not be able to get out?
Yes, thank you.
Thank
Yeah, that was perfect. Thank you very much for that.
Okay.
I always intend that to
know what he's
be
gonna say.
from when they get out, so thank you for catching that. All right, thank you, sir.
How much was the bond on the cocaine, Your Honor? The
Oh,
possession
I'm
of
sorry. We'll go ahead and do $1,000.
Okay.
Yes, right, 30 days from release. And then, you see, you're Jacqueline Parmenter?
Yes, sir. Okay.
All right, Ms. Parmenter, this is a felony, a grand theft of a motor vehicle, and so you do not qualify for pretrial release. You do have criminal mischief, battery, burglary, et cetera, a bunch of other things.
When, for discharge? For right now?
No, this.
Oh, for the past.
This is grand, yeah, I'm just looking at your past.
Okay.
All right, so grand theft will do at $1,000. And then you are not to return to the scene of this incident, and you're not to contact the victim, witness, or co-defendants. You are not to commit a crime, do not possess a weapon or firearm or ammunition, do not leave the state without permission, and you are to attend all court hearings unless excused by your attorney. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right,
So my bond's $1,000,
Yes.
which means 100?
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you.
Next is, let's see, Carlos Romero, Romero Ariado. I think that's a hyphen.
Your Honor, yeah, we have to do our interpreted cases at 1 o'clock, Your Honor.
Oh, okay, yes. All right, we'll put that aside. And then, I don't see the clock, so when you see 1 o'clock, will you tell me?
Certainly, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, we have Serene Harrigan. Here's
Arraignments.
Oh, he is? Oh, you wanting to do this first? Okay. All right, the clerk says we're going to do some arraignments. This is Cinnamon or Candice Tongreau, Tongreau. Medical,
I
okay,
will waive and enter plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
all right.
Division 62, pretrial conference, May 2nd at 8:30 a.m.
Okay, Ronald Balot,
And I will waive and enter plea of not guilty.
80, pretrial conference, May 19th at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m.
Pamela Torres. And let's see, this is,
Pamela Torres.
right,
And we're gonna enter plea of not guilty. Oh, she's here?
all right, and are you Pamela Torres?
Yes, sir.
All right, Ms. Torres will enter a plea of not guilty and date.
Division 82, pretrial conference, May 17th at 1:30 p.m. and 9 p.m.
Okay, then we have Harrigan. Oh, okay, we have Seth Latendre, arraignment.
Oh, I see. Enter plea of not guilty, because there's nothing on there. Okay.
Sorry.
Division 83, pretrial conference, April 11th at 8:30 and 6 p.m.
Thank you. What's your next court date?
What's the short on the charges?
Exposure of sexual order.
That was Harrigan? Oh, that was, okay. Okay, Serene Harrigan. All right, Ms. Harrigan, this is a misdemeanor, pliable, battery. Any disposition?
No offer at this time, Your Honor.
All right, and looking, you don't seem to have, well, there is a Florida arrest in the past. Is that why they don't qualify?
I don't believe she was interviewed, Your Honor.
Did she qualify, or?
She didn't qualify, Your Honor.
All right, she doesn't qualify.
She,
Oh.
were you ever interviewed?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Were you ever interviewed? No, she was never interviewed, Your Honor.
I can't hear her.
She was not interviewed. I'd ask that she be screened for pretrial release.
Okay,
And if she qualifies, and the alternative, Your Honor, I just ask that you set a bond.
okay. All right, we'll ask that she be interviewed. If she qualifies, then she can be released on pretrial release. Otherwise, we'll do a $100 bond. Yes, yeah. And so, ma'am, if you're released, you're to have no contact with the alleged victim. Do not return to the scene of the alleged crime. Do not contact, I meant to say victim, witness, and co-defendants. Do not commit a crime. Do not possess a weapon or firearm or ammunition. Do not leave the state without court permission. And you are to attend all court hearings unless excused by your attorney. Do you understand those conditions? All right, thank you very much.
I'm not sure. Is this like probation or what is
No,
happening?
no, no, this is a bond, or bail, actually.
Oh, okay, okay,
It's bail, I'm sorry, that I,
okay.
so this is Larendra, L-A-L?
Yes, sir, Virendra Law.
Okay, and sir, this is a misdemeanor pliable. It does show intimidation, sending a written threat of communications. And so we'll go ahead and,
Your Honor?
yes,
There is an offer to resolve the case of the trespass of an adjudication, credit time served, and no return. Given that he's resolving the trespass, I would ask that you take no action on the out on bond.
any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, dealing with just the first off, when we won't revoke the what he's out on, the bond he's out on, and so, but we will go ahead and plea out the trespass charge. Okay, swear him in, please.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and you heard that this is an adjudication. No, do not go back to the structure or conveyance or wherever this incident happened. Do not return. And costs. Do you agree to that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. We'll go ahead and time served.
It's 1 day.
1 day. All right. And then we have public defender's fee is $50. Do you agree, or do you wish to contest that?
I'll agree.
All right. And so court cost? And then $50 for the attorney. And then you are to pay that within 30 days. And if you can't, then how you handle that is just go to the clerk's office, one of the courthouse buildings, and tell them you want to set up an arrangement to make monthly payments. All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, next is John McFarland. All right, Mr. McFarland, you have been arrested for a misdemeanor that is pleable, which means it could be disposed of today or not. And so,
Yes, Your Honor, and the offer is an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, no return to 5925 Edgewater Drive, and Mr. McFarland agrees.
all right, swear him in, please. All right, credit for time served?
2 days, Your Honor. 2 days.
Oh, 2 days, okay. All right, sir, you heard the plea offer and you accept it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we've got the 2 days. There's the public defender services are $50. Do you agree, or do you wish to contest that?
I didn't ask for no public defender. Sir,
I
I didn't ask for a public defender.
I can't understand him. What's he
I
saying?
did not ask for a public defender, sir.
Okay, but she's giving you services.
I paid her $50, no problem.
Okay. All right, and so court cost? $323, $50 for the court cost for the public defender services. You're to pay in full within 30 days, or, which is what I really expect, that you would go to one of the courthouses, say, I owe some money, I don't want to get in trouble, and I want to make arrangements, and they'll help you set up a payment plan.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, next, Veronica Roman Quesvito, or she's not, she's.
She refused. I will waive the
refused.
appearance, Your Honor.
Okay, she's refused. The petty theft, we'll go ahead and put $50 for the petty theft, $50 bond, and no return to the place of the incident, and no contact. Do not commit any crimes. Do not possess a weapon, firearm, ammunition. Do not leave the state without permission, and you are to attend all court hearings unless excused by your attorney. And no contact with the victim. Okay, next, Emmanuel Strickland. Emmanuel Strickland, you are in custody for a misdemeanor that is pleable.
Yes.
And it is a trespass on property after warning.
And the offer is an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, and no return to 62 West Jefferson Street, and Mr. Strickland would like to accept.
Okay, swear him in, please. All right, and Mr. Strickland's credit for time served?
2 days.
2 days. And this services of the public defender, $50, do you agree?
Yes, I do.
All right, and so court cost? And then attorney's fee is the $50. And sir, you're to pay that sum within 30 days, or at the end of 30 days, really what I want you to do is to go to one of the courthouses, tell them you owe money and you want to make arrangements to pay it, and they'll help you set up a payment plan, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, and thank you very much. Next, we have Wayne Daniels. Mr. Daniels, you're in custody. This is says traffic. This is a failure to appear.
And, Your Honor, I just ask that you stay the $500 bond.
Okay, that's fine. So we'll stay the bond and any other conditions. Next, we have Mark Jones. All right, Mark Jones. Mr. Jones, you're in custody for a traffic. It's a moving violation, driving while license suspended after revocation. And so.
And Your Honor, In this particular case, there was an offer, but we have a program that helps get your driver's license. I would ask that in this particular case, given he has no convictions here, I just ask that you ROR him. He can work with us to actually get his driver's license so this doesn't continue to happen. And there is a program through the clerk's website that if he puts his phone number in, it'll send all of his court dates to his phone.
Okay. All right. Any objection?
No objection.
All right, we'll release ROR with the conditions that he works with his attorney to resolve his driving issues. Thank you very much.
Your Honor, just to clarify, the program that defense is talking about is e-notify, so if you can order him to enroll in e-notify.
Yes, thank you. I'm not aware of it, but thank you for, so if his attorney will explain that, please.
So I'll put it on here. I'm just writing it on here.
Yeah, because we don't want people violating, we want them to comply. And so if they don't know, that's our fault. And so thank you for that information, State. Okay, let's see, Lyrico, Preston?
Bonded.
Okay, bonded. All right, Anna Tran, Ms. Tran, your DUI, driving while under the influence. I don't see any other issues. It says here PTR no. Say again?
He qualifies.
Okay, since you do qualify, you can be released on pretrial release. And this is a driving, so I order you not to consume any alcohol or illegal drugs while this case is pending. Thank you very much. Next is Jeremiah Adams. Mr. Adams, this is a felony, a sexual battery on a child. I think there was a bond, or is this non-bondable?
This is non-bondable, Your Honor.
That's what I
This is
thought.
punishable by life.
Okay, this is, you're not entitled to a bond by the nature of this allegation, so you are to stay in jail. Thank you.
Your Honor, on the off chance that he is able to get bond at a later date, I would at least ask that he have no contact with the victim and only supervised contact with any minors.
Okay, if you do get a bond in the future, I'm sure they will tell you these same things, but no contact with the victim, no return to whatever the scene is of this incident, and they will give you other conditions of bail. And do not consume any alcohol or drugs. Okay, on the warrant, the clerk tells me. Thank you. No contact. Right. All right, Cheryl Ben Rojo. Okay. Marcus Brook. Mr. Brook, you're in custody for a felony.
I have Braswell before.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes.
I don't have a Bradwell. I just, can pretrial release print out who?
Yes, one moment.
I have Marcus Brock next. Okay, are you Marcus Brock?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, sir, you're in custody for a felony, which is a petty theft with priors, and And
And Judge, I can't make the bond. Could you please let me, look, they wanted to talk to me, the detectives wanted to talk to me because I had information for them. Can you please let me go, man? I know not to go to the stores. I won't go. I swear I won't, man. I swear on my mom, my children, man.
okay.
They didn't tell me that I couldn't go. I wasn't trespassed from them. And so now that I'm trespassed, I won't go.
Okay, this is a petty theft, and you've got many of them in your past, so we'll go ahead and do the bond at $500.
Yeah, but Your Honor, I can't make it.
And no
because I don't have
return to
family
the
here.
scene of the incident, do not commit any more crimes, no weapons, do not leave the state of Florida. Thank you.
I know, but I can't make bond with
Next, we
500.
have Patrick Braswell. Braswell, please. Mr. Braswell, you have operating a chop shop, and I think there was a bond or a bail set.
2,500, Your Honor.
Right, we'll just leave that as is. And if you post bail, then you are not to return to the scene of the alleged incident. Do not contact the alleged victim, witness, or co-defendants. Do not commit a crime. Do not possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition. Do not leave the state without permission. You are to attend all court hearings unless excused by your attorney. Thank you.
I couldn't hear a word he said.
Okay, we'll do it again. Do not return to the scene of the incident. This is a chop shop. You heard all that?
It's my house.
Okay.
That's where I live at.
Okay, I got it. Okay, that's fine. We'll forget that. And, you're right, so since the chop shop was at his house, we won't prohibit him from going back to his house. That doesn't make any sense. And so do not commit a crime, do not possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition, do not leave the state without permission, and you are to attend all court hearings unless excused by your attorney. All right, thank you. Right, and no contact with witnesses, victims, or co-defendants. Next, we have LaShawn Bullard.
Yes, sir.
Is that?
Yes.
Okay. All right, you, Mr. Bullard. Okay. You were arrested for a felony, sale and delivery of cocaine, sale and delivery within a child care, within 1,000 feet of child care, possession of cocaine. This is identical. Is this a co-defendant or is this?
I don't believe so, Your Honor. They're two separate cases.
Okay, I just was.
One is a warrant and the other one is search incident to arrest.
Okay,
On the
so
warrant.
the sale and delivery of cocaine, that's, I believe, an F3,
F2, Your Honor.
F2. So we'll go ahead and do $5,000 there. And then I think there's no bond, is what we talked about last time.
No, Your Honor, it's an F1. If you look.
Did they
again-
have a bond? Did they give him a bond on the?
So the
Yes, you
bond,
did, Your Honor.
the bond in the warrant, Your Honor, is 7,500 on the sell and delivery within 1,000 feet of a child care facility, and $1,000 on the sell and delivery of cocaine. That's what the judge said. And then
All right, we'll leave the bonds as is.
as far as the possession of cocaine, Your Honor, that was a new charge that
Oh,
they
it is.
found, so you have to set a bond.
So we'll do 1,000 there. Yes.
Yeah. Here.
Any conditions, Your Honor?
And then conditions are, since this is a drug thing, allegation, we'll go ahead and do not return to the scene of the alleged crime, do not contact the alleged victim, witnesses, or co-defendants. Your attorney can do that. Do not commit a crime. Do not possess a weapon or firearm or ammunition. Do not leave the state without court permission. You are to attend all court hearings unless excused by your attorney. Yeah, we'll put it in both cases. Okay. Now we have Campbell.
Yes, sir.
All right, Ms. Campbell, this is a felony, failure to deliver, failure of defendant to appear. And is there a bond?
No,
Your Honor.
Okay, then there's no bond, and you'll just have to see the judge that issued that.
If I was locked up in another county, how would that go?
Okay.
Because I was incarcerated in Lake County Detention Center.
All right, well, they'll have to the other court can deal with that. Okay, next we have Crumb, C-R-U-M-B. All right, and this is possession of meth, and you do have, let's see, disorderly. And so we'll go ahead and put $2,500 as the bond, and the conditions are you are not to return to the scene of the arrest or the scene of the crime. Do not contact any alleged victims, witnesses, co-defendants. Do not commit a crime. Do not possess a weapon, firearm, ammunition. Do not leave the state without court permission. And you are to attend all court hearings unless excused by your attorney. All right, thank you very much. Next is Stacy Foster. Miss.
Having surgery to remove cancerous polyps from my foot in 2 days, and I don't have the bond to pay to leave for that.
I understood he didn't have the bond. What was the first part?
I'm having a surgical process done to remove cancerous polyps from the bottom of my left foot, Your Honor, and I was trying to explain that to the officer, and he didn't care. Basically, I helped him find narcotics somewhere, and he just brought me to jail.
Well, I guess the only thing I can do is just ask the jail, doctor, physician, whatever, the medical services, to look to see if there's anything. You may miss that operation, but the medical people, the medical staff should look at it because you have a right to be treated medically while in custody.
Can I have PTR or RR so that I can
No.
So I can go there?
No, I'm going to have we're going to do it, the proper people would be the medical people, and they will, if you need to go to the hospital or see a doctor or something, they are responsible for taking care of that.
But it's an independent source due to religious causes. They're not going to find a reason to do it because it's not up under their religious claims.
Your
Now,
Honor,
your possession of meth, we'll go ahead and put that at $5,000, possession of cocaine at $2,500. If you make bail, then you are not to return to the scene of the incident.
I'm out on bond, and I wasn't in possession of any drugs. The officer literally says that I helped him find 2 bags of drugs when he brought me in here.
You're gonna have to call a number to help with bond.
He's not finished. He's out on bond case.
Right. It doesn't matter. I don't need him. It's So, Your Honor, as far as the out on bond, I'd ask that you take no action. No information was filed. He was arrested February 17th, and to date, no information has been filed.
All right, State.
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, we'll leave it alone then. And then we have possession of meth.
No, Your Honor, we already addressed that.
I'm sorry, that's wrong paperwork. Right, count 1 is 5,000, count 2 is 2,500, and then he is to...
No return to the scene.
Yeah.
Your Honor, you've already set conditions. We only brought him back for the out on bond, and you're taking no action on that.
You don't know, no, she's not talking about that.
Okay.
No, he's not.
Next. I'm sorry, did I
No,
get distracted and... Okay, is this James Harris? Okay, Mr. Harris, this is a violation of condition of pretrial release. And was there a bail put on that?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, it was zero? Is that what you meant?
Yes, Your Honor.
Failure of defendant to appear. Okay, that's only, so it's 2 charges. Violation of condition of pretrial release and fair. It seems like it's the same thing. You know, it's the same incident.
It's 2 separate warrants.
2 separate warrants? Oh, okay, I didn't. All right, and does each warrant have a bail or not?
They both were at 0.
Both at 0? Okay, then he'll have to see the judge to deal with that. Okay. Just 1 second. Okay, I have Antonio Harrison. Are we good? You have that? Okay, Antonio Harrison, out on bail, grand theft, and a battery, apparently 2 charges. Let's discuss what we want to do on if he's out on bail. So the normal thing that I would do is revoke his bail and give him a new bail and then deal with the new charges.
That's fine, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, we'll revoke his bail in case 21 CF 13943AO. And so we'll revoke that, and just let me look at his history. All right. We'll go ahead, and it's grand theft and battery, so we'll go ahead and make that $2,500. And then delivery of cannabis within a place of worship. Is that a 0?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and do that at $2,500, and then, so each of them is $2,500.
Your Honor, in regards to his out on bond, he has 2 charges.
Right, okay, and then that battery will be 1,000.
And the grand theft was 25, Your Honor?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. So out on bond, we revoke the bond, and then he has the 2 counts, grand theft to 25, and then 500.
No, Your Honor, you set 25 on both the delivery of cannabis within 1,000 feet of a place of worship. And then on the grand theft, I believe you set 25, and then on the battery,
1,000.
1,000.
Yeah. Okay, and then for all of that, on each of those cases, do not return to the scene of the alleged crime. Don't contact the alleged victims, witnesses, co-defendants. Do not commit a crime. Do not possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition. Do not leave the state without court permission, and you are to attend all your court hearings unless excused by your attorney. Thank you. Next is Noah Jones.
He was at downtown Florida.
Okay, reset for tomorrow. And then Leslie Joseph. Oh, Mr. Joseph? All right, you are out on a criminal mischief, grand theft, battery. So we'll go ahead and revoke those bonds, or I guess they're bonds.
Yes.
Whatever it was revoked. And on the criminal mischief, pretrial release, can you tell me what the bond was?
1 moment.
So he was out on 3 bonds, I guess.
He was, Your Honor, but I just asked that you set that bond to 0. He has the first-degree murder. He's not getting out right
Oh.
now. At least he'll be getting time on those offenses.
Right, I didn't look at the, right, so the new charge, which I hadn't looked at yet, is no bond, aggravator battery, we can do that as 5,000, and then cruelty animal, 5,000, and then we'll revoke the other bond and do the criminal mischief at 1,000, grand theft 2,500, and battery 1,000, and then applying to everything to not have any contact with the alleged victim. Witnesses, co-defendants do not commit a crime, do not possess a weapon or firearm or ammunition, do not leave the state without court permission, and you are to attend all court hearings unless excused by your attorney. Thank you. Yes, we'll put it everything. Okay, next is Jordan Luna. Bonded. Okay, Richard Mcintyre. And this person is out on some basis, let's see, out on ROR, okay, pretrial release. Oh, okay, thank you.
And Your Honor, on the ROR 2021 CF 14964AO, I'd ask that you take no action. It looks like he was arrested November 2nd of 2021, and no charges have been filed to date. But that is only on 2021 CF 14964AO, Your Honor.
Okay, pretrial, I just was handed notification of revocation of pretrial release that the community services people
And that would be on his petty theft, Your Honor.
and okay, I do, yes, let's see, burglary of a structure. Okay, and so we're going to revoke pretrial release totally.
Your Honor.
Oh, yes?
No. Okay, so pretrial release is on his petty theft 2022 CF 1473AO. I'd ask that you revoke that case and then set a new bond. As far as the burglary, that's the case 2021 CF 14964AO. He was arrested November 2nd of last year, and to date, no information has been filed, so he's out on ROR on that particular case.
Okay. State your thoughts.
I have no objection to the no action on the 2021 CF 14964. However, as pretrial release has revoked his pretrial release, you either need to set a new bond or hold him at no bond, Your Honor. But he can no longer be on pretrial release.
Well, then he would really be on nothing at that point.
Your Honor, I think that you would have to set a new bond. You will revoke and then just set a new bond on the petty theft.
Okay, but what about, okay, I apologize. On the ROR, so you said you had no objection to doing nothing on the ROR for the burglary of a structure?
That is correct, Your Honor. He was arrested back in November, and as of this date, the state has not filed formal charges.
Okay. All right. Possession of burglary tools, is that all of those charges are all on, we're talking about everything was ROR?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So that's what I was just, so if we're doing, we're leaving it as is, everything that he was out on, correct?
No, Your Honor. So he has two separate cases.
Okay, where's,
So if you look right here on the face sheet where it says first appearance detainer, The first case is the burglary, where it says he's out on ROR.
Okay.
So we're taking no action on that particular.
Oh, and then the petty theft, are the ones that are 1473?
Yes, so
Okay.
that's the one pretrial revoked, and you would have to either revoke and set a new bond or revoke and hold him at no bond.
All right.
So I'm asking that you revoke and set a new bond.
Okay. All right. And let me look the second page. And his history is extensive. And so we'll revoke pretrial release on the case that 1473, and well, just a second. And we'll put on the petty theft, because of his extensive history and including all these problems, we'll do $2,500 on the petty theft with 2 prior convictions. And then we have the false reporting a bomb threat, and we'll make that 5,000. And then the conditions of bond are no contact with any victim, no return to the scene of the alleged crime, do not contact any victim. Do not contact, I meant to say victim, witnesses, and co-defendants, do not commit a crime, do not possess a weapon or firearm or ammunition, do not leave the state without court permission, and you are required to attend all court hearings unless excused by your attorney. Let me ask the attorneys, did we cover everything correctly?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's it for him. I have to believe him.
Okay. Okay, next is Jamie Miranda. Are you Mr. Miranda?
Yes, I am.
Okay. All right, we have a felony, possession, meth, resisting an officer without violence. And then we'll go ahead and do the 5,000 for the possession of meth, and resisting an officer would be 5,000.
Your Honor, I'd ask that you treat the second count as a subsidiary bond of 150, Your Honor. If you're going to do 5,000 on count 1. No, he's looking at your other out accounting, but he.
Well, the
No, but keep your mask
I'll
on.
do it at $1,000 then.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, and then do not, no return to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with the alleged victim, witnesses, co-defendants, do not commit a crime, do not possess a firearm, weapon, ammunition, do not leave the state without permission, and you are to attend all court hearings unless excused by your attorney.
He's looking at your out. That's why you're so hot.
Okay, next should be Lionel Nelson, Mr. Nelson.
Yes, sir. Lionel Nelson Jr., sir.
Okay, sir, you were out on bond on aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. And state, what was the weapon?
Oh, I don't, one moment, Your Honor, I can find out.
Or do you have his paperwork? Okay, the clerk just handed it to me, and I just want to make sure of the deadly weapon. Right, they didn't, wasn't specific.
They said a screwdriver, sir.
Screwdriver, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and as an aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, what is that? Is that an F1?
No, Your Honor, that is an F2.
F3? All right, so would you?
F2, Your Honor.
F2, thank you. So we'll make that as
So you're going to revoke and set a new bond, Your Honor?
yes, I'm going to revoke that, and we'll set a bond at $5,000, and then the possession of cocaine, $1,000.
Set.
And then do not return to the scene of the alleged crime. Do not contact the alleged victim, witnesses, or co-defendants. Do not commit a crime. Do not possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition. Do not leave the state without court permission. And you are to attend your court hearings unless excused by your attorney. Thank you.
Your Honor, I apologize. It was just me. On the possession of cocaine, what is the bond?
Oh, again.
1,000.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, the 1,000.
It was just me. Thank you.
And then next would be Timothy O'Neill. Okay, Mr. O'Neill, this is a failure of defendant to appear a couple of times. It is a crime to fail to appear, and so that would be $2,000.
Your Honor, I believe it's set at no bond.
Oh, it is? Okay, thank you. So those are set at no bond. Then the possession of meth, we'll go ahead and do at $2,500. Possession of cocaine, $2,500. Cannabis, $1,000. Alcoholic beverage, $100. And you are not to return to the scene of the alleged crime. Do not contact any alleged victim, witnesses, or co-defendants. Do not commit a crime. Do not possess a weapon or firearm or ammunition. Do not leave the state without court permission. And you are to attend all court hearings unless excused by your attorney. All right, thank you. Yeah, all of them.
Hey.
Yeah.
The FTA.
Just
Yeah, cocaine and paraphernalia.
cocaine and paraphernalia.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Alfredo Rivera. All right, Mr. Rivera, you've been arrested for a felony. It's failure of defendant to appear. And so is there no bond, or is it?
$2,500.
$2,500?
I'm sorry,
All right.
Your Honor.
All right, so $2,500, and okay, and then we have Deborah Rogers, Ms. Rogers. If you'd step, okay, good, Ms. Rogers, thank you. You have unauthorized possession of an ID, an identification card that wasn't yours, and possession of fentanyl, alprazolam, let's see, Buprin, something like that, and then some meth. And then you're out on bond, or already out on bond for grand theft, third-degree motor vehicle. So we'll revoke that bond, and so we'll go ahead and put that at $5,000. And then unauthorized possession of an
Your
identity.
Honor, she's not here on that charge. She's only here on the possession of the fentanyl case, on the possession case. That unauthorized possession of an ID card was revoked by Judge Wilson because she had the new case.
Okay, but I'd like to go back to, she's out on bond on the grand theft. So she has new charges, correct? So we would
Correct.
revoke that.
Yes, Your Honor, you've already done that. You revoked it and set her at a $5,000 bond.
Right.
Right.
Okay, then which, so she's only here today.
On the drug possession charges, and Your Honor, it was a warrant that a judge signed, so I just asked that you stay the bonds listed in that warrant.
Okay, all right, whatever those bonds, I remember it was pretty, okay, we'll leave those bonds as whatever is in the warrant. Okay, then we have Anthony Salter, S-A-R-T-E-R. Okay, Mr. Salter, you're arrested for a felony. It's a burglary of a conveyance. And we'll go ahead and set a bond of $5,000. One of the reasons is your extensive history. And so you are not to return to the scene of the alleged crime. Do not consume illegal drugs. Do not contact.
Hold on, just let him talk.
Do not contact the alleged victim, witness, or co-defendants. Do not commit a crime. Do not possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition. Do not leave the state without court permission. And you are to attend all court hearings unless excused by your attorney. Was there anything else?
No, Your Honor, if I could have just a moment. September.
Okay. Then we have, let's see, how do you say your last name? Okay, we're going to need, so I have, let's see, Ellen Nod, what is his last name?
Are you referring to this person standing here, Your Honor?
Yeah.
This is Romero. He needs the Spanish interpreter.
Right, I'm just, I have an, let's see, first name is Elon Gata, and then there's a, oh, okay, that's what that, all right. Then, so that's, then we have two Spanish, Carlos and LaShawn. Or,
No, there's only,
all right, never mind, that just got, paperwork got mixed up. All right, so we're down to 2 now.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Carlos. All right, we're going to do get our interpreter.
Good afternoon.
All right.
This is
good af-
Dalia Romero, Spanish interpreter on the line, already
Yes.
sworn in today, Your Honor.
All right, thank you very much. The defendant, for your record, is first name is Carlos, Carlos, and then the last name I think is a hyphenated, but I think it's just run together on my paperwork. Romero. I guess that's Romero, and then I think there's a hyphen, and then Aradnada, ARIADA. So it's Alpha Dog Alpha. And then the case number is 2022 CF 3203 Alpha and then O. All right, now tell him he's out on a, what is he out on?
Bond, Your Honor.
Okay, he is out on bond on these. Okay, he's out on bond already. I'm going to revoke his bond. He's going to lose them. And then,
can you advise,
For what reason?
Can you advise the client not to talk about the facts of the case, Your Honor?
Right.
I just want to make sure he doesn't say anything.
you're going to lose those bonds because you have been arrested for a new crime. And one of the conditions of bond is to not get in more trouble, and you have. So don't talk about the facts of the case because it's not relevant today. And so you were out on bond, you were not supposed to get in trouble, and then the police, there's probable cause to believe that you were involved in the sale and delivery of cocaine. So that's the answer to your question. So I do revoke the old bonds, and leaving, what were the old bonds? Can you tell me? So leaving the scene was,
Leaving the scene of a crash was $100.
really? Okay, and then you have the other two. Let's see.
Reckless driving, 500. No valid driver's license was 100.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So we'll go ahead and leaving the scene of an accident, leaving the scene, that bond will make $250. And then operating a motor vehicle without a valid license, we'll do it $250. And then the reckless driving, we'll do it $1,000. And then your new problem, sale and delivery of cocaine, we'll make that let me look to see. And you're building a history now of prior crimes, prior getting into trouble. So we'll go ahead and do that at $2,500. And then, sir, for all of your cases, you are not to consume any illegal drugs. You are not to return to the scene of any alleged incidences. Do not contact the alleged victim, witness, or co-defendants. Do not commit a crime. Do not possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition. Do not leave the state of Florida without court permission. And you are to attend all of your court hearings unless excused by your attorney. Thank you very much.
Okay, está bien. Okay, está bien. Okay.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Yes.
Your Honor, I just ask that we only be appointed on the new case because he has a private attorney.
Okay. Okay. Now we're going to have to switch to get a different translator, because we need what?
What language?
What kind?
Romanian.
Romanian. Do I need to, how do I get Romanian?
Your Honor, for a Romanian interpreter, we do not have one. So
Okay.
you would have to, if the clerk can assist you, to call language line.
Okay.
Language line will be able to assist you most likely with getting a Romanian.
Okay. Thank you very much. We always appreciate your assistance.
You're very welcome.
Is there someone on the line?
Hello. This is a Romanian interpreter. My name is Elena.
Okay, this is Judge McDonald in Orlando, Florida. And the person that you're going to be translating for, the first name is, I'll spell the first name, E-L-A-N-A, A again, G-A-D-A. Let's see, Elanagada, something like that. And then the last name, I'll spell it M-I-C-L-E-S-C-U.
All right, thank you.
Okay, and tell her that she was out on bond for grand theft, 3rd degree.
Your Honor, she was not out on bond. I'm sorry.
Oh, it says here out on bond.
I didn't know she was translating.
I'm looking at, I'm looking at case 2022.
They occurred on this.
808.
That's it.
It says grand theft out on bond.
It appears they both happened on the same date, Your Honor. Meaning both incidents were alleged to have occurred on the same date. I'll pull it up for you right now. They both occurred January 20th of 2022. So she wasn't technically out on bond at the.
Oh, okay, I see your point. Yeah, talk to the prosecutor. Did you need to talk to her?
No, Your Honor. If defense states that both incidents happened at the same date, although technically she was out on bond, I would still ask for no action as she didn't violate her bond.
Right. Okay, that's clarified now. And yeah, I totally understand. She has to be out on bond to violate it.
Yes.
And so, all right, so we won't touch the out on bond because, for the reasons we just gave. Now this second one, grand theft. And
What happened to the?
what was the bond? Yeah, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see headphones. It was my fault. Yeah, yes, please. No?
You're welcome.
Oh, they do it over the loudspeaker. Oh, I didn't know, thank you. Okay, translator, I apologize. I wasn't doing my job correctly, and so I will try to slow down so you can interpret for the defendant. So tell her that she's out on bond, and that maybe that's more information than she needs. So tell her that I will not do anything with the bond that she's out on.
Thank you. Doamna Mihaescu, eu voi fi interpretul dumneavoastră. Domnul judecător a spus în felul următor. Sunteți în afară pe garanție și eu nu vreau să fac nimic în legătură cu lucrul acesta.
Can someone tell me what the bond was on that she's out on? How much that is?
Yes.
Does anybody have that easily where they can get to it?
One moment, Your Honor. It was 1,000.
Really? Okay, then I'm going to, the new case that she's arrested on, the bond I'm going to set is $2,500. And so if you're arrested again, you will lose all of those and you're going to be back in jail. And unless you can post another bond, which will be double or much higher.
Your Honor,
So,
He's not.
you have to slow down for the interpreter, Your Honor.
okay, interpreter, did you get what I just said, and do you want to go ahead and interpret it?
Thank you, Your Honor. Astfel că data trecută ați ieșit pe cauțiune de $1,000, de data aceasta veți ieși pe cauțiune de $25,000. Dacă pe viitor veți fi din nou arestată, atunci veți pierde toate acestea, dacă nu cumva aveți din nou bani să vă plătiți cauțiunea.
All right, and then tell her that she is not to return, if she posts bond, she is not to return to the scene of the alleged crime.
Și de asemenea, dacă vă plătiți cauțiunea, trebuie să nu vă întoarceți la locul presupusei infracțiuni.
And she's to not contact any victims, witnesses, or co-defendants.
Și trebuie să nu contactați nicio victimă, niciun martor sau niciun om al apărării.
And her lawyer will do that if necessary.
Avocatul dumneavoastră va face lucrul acesta dacă este necesar.
Do not commit another crime.
Nu aveți voie să comiteți altă infracțiune.
Do not possess a weapon or firearm or ammunition.
Nu aveți voie să posedați o armă de foc sau muniție.
Do not leave the state without court permission.
Nu aveți voie să părăsiți statul fără permisiunea instanței.
And you are to attend all of your court hearings unless excused by your attorney.
Și trebuie să participați la toate audierile dumneavoastră din instanță, dacă nu cumva avocatul dumneavoastră vă va scuti.
Do you understand those bail conditions? And go ahead.
Înțelegeți condițiile acestei cauțiuni?
Da, înțeleg, dar am o întrebare. Tu nu înțeleg pentru ce...
Your Honor, could you advise the client not to talk about the facts of the case?
Right, you're not supposed to talk about the facts of the case, but the question is, do you understand the bail conditions? Yes or no?
Nu aveți voie să vorbiți despre faptele cazului. Întrebarea mea este doar dacă înțelegeți sau nu condițiile acestea.
Da, înțeleg tot.
Yes, I understand everything.
Okay, thank you, and that's it. And so we're done with the translator, everybody?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Translator, thank you very much for your services.
You're very welcome, Your Honor. Thank you. Have a good day.
Okay, you have to hang up, I guess.
Bond court is a free service, but it takes several hours of my time every day. Less than 10% of Bond court viewers hit the like button, and less than 1% leave a comment. If you want Bond court to continue to be available on YouTube for free, then please hit the like button and leave a comment on all of my videos.